Today I fucked up by kissing my boyfriend, which resulted in him ending up in the ER. Yeah. So this happened about 5 hours ago. It was definitely not funny when it happened, but it's a little bit more amusing now, so my boyfriend encouraged me to share this on here lol. Basically, we ordered takeout from our local Thai food place for lunch. I got a shrimp pad thai and my BF got a chicken fried rice. He has hated shellfish with a passion since he was young. Apparently watching a lobster get boiled when he was about 6 to 7 years old sealed the deal for him, even though he's never tried eating any kind of shellfish before. Now here's the fuck up. About 10 minutes after we finished eating, we start getting a little frisky and begin making out. It's going good, you know, smile, but suddenly he pulls back and says that his lip is tingling. Now at first, I did not take this as a bad thing. Lip tingling after a good makeout sounds like a good time to me. But he starts saying that his lips are actually burning like hell. I go to get some ice for him, but when I come back his lips are literally swollen to the point where his top lip is blocking his nostrils. At this point, I'm pretty much freaking out, so I quickly drive him to the ER. Come to find out, my BF has a really bad allergy to shellfish. Too long didn't read, BF hates shellfish, has never tried it. I ate a shrimp dish. We kissed afterwards and he had a pretty bad allergic reaction. Turns out he is very allergic to shellfish. Macron /_/ Macron. Edit, he and I appreciate the awards on this, haha. Word to the wise, be prepared to read a lot of ingredient lists. Shellfish aren't quite as widespread as other allergens, but you'd be surprised where they might show up. Obligatory edit for appreciation of fine metals. I used to hate tomatoes since I was a kid. But for no particular reason, later due to heel problem, I took a food allergy test, and found out I was allergic to tomato the whole time. Lol. I'm starting to think there's a sixth sense for allergies, lol. That would freak the shit out of me. My husband and I have to be careful when he eats peanuts. He just pretty much doesn't because he is freaked something like this will happen to me! Exclamation mark. I've actually heard that you can develop a severe allergy to something if you're never exposed to it. I had an early sensitivity to some fruits. They made my lips and tongue a little puffy and made me itch like crazy, but never anything life-threatening. My pediatrician evidently told my mom to give me small amounts of those fruits as often as possible to get me used to them. I'm now 24 and can eat them all without incident. Not exactly sure how or why it worked. This reminds me of a scene from X-Men 2000. Today I fucked up by getting too spicy in the kitchen, and in the bathroom. Obligatory, this happened a while back cause yes, this wasn't actually today. So I, 22F, decided to make some Thai curry for my BF, 24M, and I's dinner. Decided to use some real hot peppers for this recipe. Him and I love spicy food, so this would be a very welcome heat. Like a complete buffoon, I decide not to wear gloves while handling these plants from Satan's personal garden. Dinner is delicious and we both enjoy it despite some runny noses. The problem comes later when I decide to use the bathroom. I was on my period and I use a menstrual cup to help deal with that as opposed to tampons. For those who don't know what a menstrual cup is, it's basically a small silicone cup to have to stick up in your woo-ha, and you can take it out and dump it when it gets full. Also no, I'm not sorry for that mental image you have now. You clicked on the NSFW post. So I'm using the bathroom and I need to dump my cup. As I go in spelunking in there to look for this thing, I start to feel a tingle. That's when I realize I didn't wash my hands after handling the peppers. My boyfriend hears a scream from the bathroom as I scramble to turn the cold water on in the shower. I strip off my clothes, and Nell in the bath trying desperately to splash my burning genitals. BF can only watch as I pathetically whimper, and it takes about 30 minutes total for the burning to stop. Lesson learned: we bought cooking gloves and I always wash my hands with dish soap after handling spicy food. Too long didn't read: after handling hot peppers while cooking I forgot to wash my hands. Proceeded to change my menstrual cup and burn the ever-loving hell out of the inside of my vagina. Update: wow, oh wow, I take a irresponsibly long nap in the middle of the day and this post is hot, much like I was. Thank you all for your updates and comments. Glad to hear I'm not the only one who's been personally victimized by hot peppers. For those who have given me awards, thank you as well. I appreciate that. Also, apparently silicone and silicone are very different things. The more you know. Correction made. Oh no. I know firsthand how much this one hurts. A few years ago we were making salsa and my partner didn't wash his hands well enough after cutting jalapenos. He got frisky later and popped his hand in my pants. After a few seconds I noticed the tingling and we both stopped and realized what he had done. I ran to the bathroom in agony. We poured milk on it, yogurt, cornstarch. I've never let him live it down. I wish I had thought of using dairy. Did the cornstarch help? I've never heard of using that before. I oh-noed when I read didn't wear gloves, but then when I read the bathroom section I was like, oh no. My wife is cringing in pain from hearing that, smiley face. Yeah, hopefully she'll learn from my mistakes. Kitchen gloves are a necessity. I was all prepared for a Chilly Willy story, but this actually sent a shiver up my spine. All this one was a more a fire vagina story. And here I thought it was bad the time I took my contacts out after cutting up a jalapeno. Spicy food really does just hate us. I cut up about 30 pounds of hot peppers to make pickled peppers one year. I spent hours cleaning and de-seeding and cutting and canning. About an hour after my last jar was complete, my hands started burning and turning bright red. I had second-degree chemical burns and ended up at the hospital. It was very painful and now I'm left with a mild allergy to hot peppers. I have to wear gardening gloves to pick them and latex gloves to even handle the pepper itself. Today I fucked up by trying to watch a movie with my kids. Though, unlike most of these, this actually happened today. Like everyone really, the kids and I are getting really antsy and pent up from not being able to get out of the house. We've played every video game we have and watched everything that looks good on Netflix about 1,000 times, not wanting to spend too much more because hey, times are tight. Just to have something to do, I started digging in my shed and rearranging things, seeing what I could find that I might have forgotten about. Found some Lego sets from a long time ago, old Yu-Gi-Oh cards from when I was a kid, and, fatefully, an old VCR and a box of tapes. Started digging through the tapes, and one orange one caught my eye, Good Burger. I loved that movie when I was a kid, God help me I was young, so I thought maybe my boys would get a chuckle out of it, at least in a groaning oh my god dad why would you like this crap way. Hook up the VCR to an old TV, and pop it in. It works, a little static why but that's to be expected. Kids are barely paying attention when Sinbad is raving pathetically, when the video cuts out. I figure it's old and busted, but then it comes back on, with something else. It's my mom. Looks like she was about the age she was when I was in college. Bent over, legs spread, sucking off someone who I'm hoping to God is my dad, imaging hoping you're looking at your dad's balls slapping your mom in the face, with a toy in her ass. I rush to turn off the TV, my oldest is just hiding his face while my youngest is looking confused. I had to have a slightly uncomfortable conversation with them both. A little Ellie, thanks mom. To make things worse, they have a scheduled vid call with their grandparents later this week. It's going to be more than a little awkward. Too long didn't read, my kids started to watch Good Burger, ended up seeing Grandma's Good Burger. Edit, I'm glad to see my horror is entertaining. To answer some comments, yes, it's an original Nick tape. The copy protect tab had been taped over. Probably should have checked that, but it's been like 20 years since I needed to inspect a VHS. My kids are 15 and 6, so I'm hoping the older has the tact to not bring it up the next time he talks to them, and the youngest, well, I think I may be screwed, but we shall see. If I can help it, this is going to not get back to her. She's so I thought, fairly old-fashioned and conservative lady. Well, at least now you know what your parents were doing when they sat you in front of the TV watching Good Burger. That is a wound you will never fully recover from. Give it back and tell them you think they lost something in your stuff. Holy fuck dude, how are you alive after that? I'm gonna need an update after that vid call.